All right, it is raining, but I am starting a video that will be comprised of probably several days by the time I release it. This is what I'm starting with. This is my adventure mobile, my XTerra. There's one of my adventure dogs. And this XTerra is going to take me up to my son's wedding in Alaska this summer. So what my husband and I are doing is we are going to build out a bed platform on this side so I can put some things underneath it, and I'm going to take the Alcan Highway up in July. So this is what we're starting with. We're going to put the seats down. I'm not going to take them out because they're, first of all, set down a ways, and second of all, once I get up there, I want to be able to have passengers in my vehicle because all the family's going to be there, and Frodo is coming too. But Luna really hates car rides. She shakes the whole time, so 4 days on the road would just kill her. So she is going to stay here with Dave, and when he flies up, she'll be staying with his mom. But this is the beginning, and then I'll show maybe parts of the build, what it looks like built out, and then we'll take it on a trial camping trip. We're working with 5 foot in length. We're going to try to put the sleeping platform above the wheel well and below that seat clamp. So here's what we have so far. We've got a little bit of overlap here so we could get the legs inside of the bumps and make sure that they're supported on the back of the seat. And then we thought about maybe doing a hinge system so that we could lift the bed platform up to get to what's underneath. But primarily the purpose of this is going to be so that I can put things under here that I'm not going to need to get into on a daily basis on the big trip up the Alcan Highway. So what's going to go along the back in this empty spot is the things I need to get into, which are basically the things I would need if I was going backpacking or bike packing. So it shouldn't take up too much room. It'll just be, the food, water, tent, some clothes, whatever. Under here is going to be like the dress I'm going to wear for the wedding and my work stuff because I have to work from Alaska once I get up there. And so I shouldn't be getting in and out of the stuff that's underneath here too much. There it is. There is the bed platform. Let's get it in and see what it looks like. My first step is to make the template, and I am using this shower lining stuff my husband had left over from building the house. So I cut it kind of to size so it's easier to manage than the big roll. And now I'm going to trim off the excess and get those contours. The tutorial I saw said to use cardboard, which would be stiffer, and I'd highly recommend it. The really thick cardboard, not such a great idea, but there's some thinner cardboard. This is a little too floppy, but instead of folding it and taping it, I have just pushed it up into the edges, given myself a little excess, and when I cut out the template, I will give myself even more excess so that I can cut it down if need be, and it can hopefully fit right in. I've made my very first Reflectix window cover. I am not intending on covering it with black cloth because I don't intend to stealth camp. I'll be in a campground. I just want to keep in the heat and the light. And that template in reverse will go on the other side, and I'll show you a little more of what I'm doing for the back window. On this one, I did lose a little rigidity, but I've cut a tiny gap so that when I lower it for releasing the condensation that there'll be a little space for that. All right, we've got the right rear and the left rear complete. There are tiny gaps. If I was stealth camping, I would worry about light escaping, but this is, again, just for privacy and insulation. I am cutting down some carpet to fit in the back. It will make it a little easier when I'm going in and out, a little softer on the knees. And then I will be putting in my bed and the other things that will come with me, and getting some curtains finished up. All right, I am all set up to go. I've got in here electronics and some books and extra hats. In the next one over, some dry food. I'm not really bringing as much as I would if it was just me. My aunt specifically said don't bring food. She has a lot. And I'm meeting up with her and my mom for this camping trip. There's my cooler with my creamer and stuff in it. The ice in that will last for days, so that's all I'll ever use for a refrigerating unit. My clothes, Frodo's stuff. Here's the bed all set up. I have window coverings and I have a curtain that will go across for privacy. And I will show you more at night what it looks like all set up, and I'll show you a little bit of the beautiful scenery I'm going to get to see. So we should get out of the snow, but for now it's not looking like the most warm camp. Here we go, Kalaloch Campground. Loop B is what we're looking for. Oh, it's a little messier now, but it worked. It was cozy. Were you cozy? You can stay in there. So the bed was fairly comfortable, but I'm gonna be honest, like I can't sit up in the bed, and I'm, squatting in this little area here I have in between all my gear, which makes it difficult to get dressed. This is even roomier with less stuff in it than I would have going to Alaska, and I love being outside. I've always loved car camping, usually with a tent, but I really don't understand how people can live in a vehicle that they can't stand up in. Maybe it's just because of my arthritis. I'm really curious. I'm gonna have to reach out to some people that do van life and find out what their biggest cons are and why, and how they deal with being scrunched up in a small space. Like maybe if it's a warmer climate, they're doing most everything outside and just slipping into bed at night, as opposed to being cold and like needing to be inside more. I don't know. All right, morning number 2, and it was not so bad when I was done throwing a fit about being scrunched up the first night, which was very, very cold. The second night was a little more mild. I had an extra sleeping bag underneath, and I think with an air mattress that'll be just fine. I got used to where everything was. I will have a lot more stuff with me than on the trip to Alaska, but it was nice. I slept really well. Rain on the roof was a wonderful lullaby, and now I'm heading out.